Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing the whole world is watching you. Everything, every movement, every word you speak, every private habit made public. No edits, no explanation, just you completely live for one day. Do you believe that behavior changes when we're being observed? If tomorrow, for one full day, the entire world was watching you, what would actually change? Because whether we like it or not, it's an interesting thought experiment because the world seems to be shifting in this direction anyway. Cameras are following us. All of our moments now seem to be records, our triumphs and our mistakes. So I just want to ask, what does being watched reveal about who we are now and who we might become? When I know I'm being watched, I can't help but change a little. The old version of me tried to always be funny, silly, a performance. Now the older me tries to look more normal, not even confident, but I'm aware of scratching my nose or rubbing my ear. Walking down the street here in Sao Paulo, sometimes I catch myself puffing up my chest when I'm walking past a shady, shadowy figure. I guess it's instinctual from when we really had to battle it out when confronted with another mammal. It's just funny how automatic these behaviors are and how they change from when we're alone, from when we're with other people or animals even. And I wonder which actions are genuine and which are just reactions to being seen. Then again, we are social creatures, and isolation is one of the hardest things you can do for a human being. Maybe we are more who we are when we are with other people than who we are by ourselves, alone with our thoughts. Anyway, so let's run one day in the Truman Show for you with the entire world watching everything you do. You wake up, eyes open, and you immediately know that everyone is watching you. Think of it like a bird's eye view. Do you lie a little longer than usual to get comfortable? Do you feel more aware of your body in space? Do you reach for your phone like always? Or are you hesitant to do anything? Then you have to get up and go to the bathroom, right? And drink some water. The things that all humans do. Nothing dramatic, but you might consider how you brush your teeth. Is it how the dentist recommended? Do you want to present a more mature or a more sophisticated or calm person as you start your day? Maybe you're so nervous that you even start narrating your own day. Because the moment awareness is there, performance on some level begins. But performance isn't bad. We sometimes perform for ourselves, but it's 10 times more when it's another set of eyes. Now you're at work. Do you let your stress rise like usual, or do you try to appear more composed for the camera? Do you speak more carefully, confidently, sharply? What version of you would you like to present, and what version of you are you most likely to present? You're managing your emotions, you're hiding your emotions. You're not sure what emotions are even genuine or just spontaneously created from the absurdity of this thought experiment. Michel Foucault argued that surveillance doesn't just control behavior, but it actually reshapes identity completely. Something like, over time, the watcher becomes inside of us, even if there is no watcher. And we're very aware of everything we're doing, almost like an out-of-body experience. And the trade-off is, are you controlling yourself? Or is the control a betrayal of yourself? On any normal Wednesday, you might choose your any normal Wednesday clothes. Not your worst, but not your best. On a day the whole world is watching, yeah, you're going to shower, you're going to put on your best clothes, you're going to shave, you're going to coif your hair, pick out the coolest sunglasses, maybe even a little bit of a strut. You want to be cool, right? And you'll exercise because you had planned on doing it or because you feel like you should. And when you eat, is it your typical meal? Do you eat more slowly? Do you chew your food and swallow with your mouth closed? Is it a salad? Or is it another Subway sandwich? Your image and identity are always wrestling with each other. Now let's get into something deeper. Relationships and love. Who do you call? How do you treat them on the other end? Does being watched almost give you this last day on earth vibe, and so you start reaching out to rekindle lost relationships where neither party was ready to reach out? Because if you only have this one day to show the world who you are, when time is so finite, I guess meaning is almost infinite. And will you get angry today? Will you explode? Or will you swallow it in an attempt to convey maturity? If the whole world is watching, do you express your anger cleanly, theatrically, or not at all? Because being watched doesn't necessarily make us better or worse. Sometimes being watched makes us feel smaller, whereas sometimes it makes us feel alive and validated. Sometimes being watched seems fake, if for the wrong reasons. Sometimes it's creepy. Sometimes it's annoying. But it can be wonderful when people are giving you their attention. But sometimes not. We say we hate Big Brother watching over our shoulder, and yet we willingly enter a society where we post every day, we share photos and videos over the internet. We know that data can always be retrieved. Are we complicit? Are we lost? It seems we always say one thing and do the other. One of my favorite cliches is, do as I say, but not as I do. Well, if that just isn't the worst advice of all time. This is your normal behavior, and this is your changed behavior because you're being watched. What is this? What fills that gap? Is it all bad? Is there some good? Maybe being generous because you're being watched is still a net positive, even if the intention wasn't as pure. Again, it's not so much about what we think, because that's very much not in our control. It's about what we do. If you're being watched for a day, and you give money away, you volunteer, you donate your time, that's still one day where you helped a lot of people. So again, what would actually change with you if the whole world watched you tomorrow? And just as importantly, what wouldn't change at all? Maybe a little Hogwarts legacy, maybe a 2.5-hour nap after a big lunch, maybe some terrible basketball practice in the backyard. I don't know. Which parts of the day feel most authentic or most fake? Most contrived? Constructed? Which version of you is best, I wonder? The seen or the unseen? Observation exposes our values, especially when we're caught off guard. And our true characters, I think, maybe show up under the spotlight because we need other humans to be ourselves. So close your eyes and try to run this thought experiment. Or go about your day imagining if the whole world was watching you. Would you just spend the whole day looking up and smiling? Which of the changes that you'd make are worth keeping? Can you learn from it? Yes, integrity matters when no one is watching, but I would say it matters more when someone is. When accountability enters the room, you show up real fast. All right, builders, see you every Sunday. Ooh, my knees. And remember that growth equals knowing who you are with and without the cameras. Brick by brick, we'll get there. Valeu!